Could you give us your, into the camera, your facial expressions, what it was like reading the last episode for the first time?
What it was like reading the last episode for the first time.
Like the different stages you went through.
I mean, it's pretty much one stage.
Okay.
Of just... That's it.
What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are watching in the final moments before this petition to remake Game of Thrones Season 8 hits 1 million signatures over on change.org. Only after, what, 5 days this was put up? 5 days ago. Already about to hit 1 million signatures. This speaks volumes to how frustrated fans are with this season. This is a whole nother level. A whole nother level. Now, as we're watching this, I'll have to refresh the page because it doesn't just continue to, it doesn't give you a continuous live count. It kind of stalls out. So like right now we're at 998, 355. If I refresh, then it will go up even more. So we're at 376, and then it'll start counting up for a minute, and then it'll stall out. So I have to continue to refresh, but we will watch this happen live as it goes down. This is hilarious, but I don't think anybody saw this coming. Again, when you have any type of series or a series finale, a movie finale, anything popular, video game related, when you're going to end things, you always run the risk of really upsetting either a small minority portion of the fan base that can be very loud, or you can upset a significant amount of the crowd. I mean, it happened with Lost, it happened with The Sopranos. We've seen things like this in the past. Obviously, The Last Jedi pissed off a lot of people. But to me, like, this is a whole different level. Like, this isn't just a few people. This isn't even like 30, 40, 50% maybe like was The Last Jedi. Like, I believe you're at like 85, 90% of Game of Thrones fans are just blown away at how bad this season is. I truly believe that we're dealing with the overwhelming majority of fans at this point. This has taken a life of its own at this point. You know, I've been obviously kind of monitoring this since episode 3, where I got frustrated, which motivated me to make a video. And then it's just kind of, so much has happened. So many of the actors there's all these clips of the actors that were frustrated, and they tried to warn us all these months ago. You know, and some of that got traction, I guess, within the Game of Thrones community, but it didn't pick up big time. There's obviously the leaks that have been going all around the internet, and I have not really talked about those here on this channel, but the leaks are out there, and in my opinion, once the finale actually happens, it's going to take this frustration level that so many fans are dealing with to an entirely new level. Like, this is going to go places that we've never seen, I believe. Then you add the fact that Benioff and Weiss are going into a Star Wars movie to produce and write a Star Wars movie rumored to be within the Old Republic. This is going to have so much controversy surrounding it. And as bad as it is right now, I don't think we've seen anything yet, because once that series finale happens, oh boy, it's going to take things, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch the fallout happen. We're already hearing some reports of Benioff and Weiss talking about subversion of expectations, or this person didn't understand that. They've also made stupid comments about Dany not even seeing the Iron Fleet, or she forgot about the Iron Fleet, and it's just like, no, you forgot. You as writers, you forgot. You are the ones being lazy and stupid and abandoning these characters because of your incompetence and laziness, or maybe it's just your desire to move on to Star Wars, but you should not develop things over this long that become this iconic just to abandon them at the last moment because you feel like you've got a better position or something like that. I mean, obviously they have the right to do whatever they want, and they have, and the fans have the right to speak up and show their frustration, and clearly the fans are speaking up and showing their frustration. We are at 998,653, 54, 55. I mean, it literally, it's by the second. It just continues to go up and up and up. This is so good. I'm having so much fun watching this play out right before our very eyes. We are less than 1,300 signatures now from 1 million. Now, what is signing a petition going to do? Well, in theory, it's not going to do anything, or in terms of just signing a petition to try to get it remade. I do not think that there's a chance in hell that this gets remade. But I do think that it definitely, as a collective unit, as a collective group of people that are frustrated, this is an opportunity to be heard. So from that standpoint, like if this thing had like 85,000 signatures, it would probably be like, yeah, that's okay, you know, whatever. This thing's about to hit 1 million signatures. So HBO's definitely paying attention. Benioff and Weiss clearly have to be aware of the frustration level out there now within the fandom. I don't think that they can shy away from that anymore. They clearly know they have screwed things up. It'll be interesting to see how George R.R. Martin responds to some of this news, for sure. Where are we at now? We are, oh man, we are closing in 1,230 more signatures to reach the next goal. And yes, I have already signed it in case you're curious. Oh boy. And it's already reading right now up here 999,000 supporters. So this might be a bit behind, or maybe it's just rounding up. But we are in the end game now, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the end game. And Benioff and Weiss, you better recognize, because you have, this is, I'm telling you, like Mahler and I were talking about it last night on the stream with Anna over on her channel, That Star Wars Girl. I think this is going to end up being worse than The Last Jedi. I really do, because The Last Jedi, as much as I hate it, and I believe the majority of the Star Wars fans hate it, The Last Jedi still has defenders out there, regardless if they're Star Wars fans or if they're Reylo fans or if they're SJWs or whatever. They're out there, you know. And this is, the supporters are running on empty right now. Again, episode 3, where I made a video talking about it. Obviously, I got a lot of resistance on that video, and that's fine. But I stand by everything I say. And then episode 4... I think that's where a lot of people really started to go, okay, this is bad. Like, I can't even defend this anymore. And then, obviously, episode 5 last week is where I feel like the remaining large group of people that were still trying to hold on to this, I feel like most of them bailed. And now we're just in the position where now you've got everybody almost on the same page of disappointment and frustration. And now we're going to go into this final episode that I know everything that's going to happen, and a lot of you all already know because you've read the leaks. And this is going to be awful, because now you've got a huge portion, an overwhelming majority, I believe, of the fan base now is on the same side of this argument I am, and they're going to be watching this play out right before our very eyes, and it's going to be crazy. All right, we are closing on 999,000 signatures. We're going to stay with this. I'm not going to edit this. I'm not going to jump cut. I'm not going to do any fades. We're just going to sit here and watch. Well, I might actually do a fade or a jump cut. We'll see. We'll see how much longer this takes. I don't want to bore a lot of you with this. But we are heading there. I wish I didn't have to refresh every time. I don't know if it's something on my end, or maybe there's I don't know. I don't understand that. I really don't. But I really want to see this thing cross 999,000 and 1 million live like this instead of a refresh. So 948, and it's probably gonna. All right, so 51. So it's still moving right now. 52. I bet if I refresh, it's gonna be. Let me refresh right now. 63. All right. I'm going to refresh at 75. No, 80. I'm going to refresh at 80 to make sure that we can get the run all the way up to, to 999,000. Don't stall on me. Don't stall on me. I'm doing it now. I can't. Oh, we missed it. We missed it. All right. So when it gets to 999,960, I'm just going to hit the refresh and see if we can get in there so we can actually watch it cross. So we are now officially in the final 1,000. We are in the final 1,000 signatures to get us to 1 million signatures for the remake of Game of Thrones Season 8 with competent writers. Let's read this one really quick. We got a few minutes. David Benioff and D.B. Weiss have proven themselves to be woefully incompetent writers when they have no source material, the books to fall back on. The series deserves a final season that makes sense. Subvert my expectations and make it happen, HBO. That is beautiful right there. So that's good stuff right there. Good stuff. CNN's reporting when it hit. So CNN was reporting 2 days ago when it hit 300,000. Digital Spy covered it. A lot of people have been covering it. I don't want to see these two anywhere near Star Wars either. This is abysmal. Unfortunately, I had to watch this shit to know it needs redoing. I understand it's Game of Thrones, but don't trash 8 years of character building for what they think will shock and awe us. It sucks. It's exactly right. I need to hit refresh just to see where we're standing because this thing is probably moving. All right, so we're still 849 away. We're getting there. This is exciting. It was bad. Started at season 7, and a lot of people felt that way because season 8 was shit, and the fans deserve better than D&D's half-assed shit show. I understand it's Game of Thrones, but I got that one. So again, man, a lot of people felt this way with season 7. Definitely, there's no doubt about that. I didn't. I defended I defended season 7. I had no problem with season 7, but I acknowledge that there were some issues. But for me as a fan, I enjoyed season 7. Had no problem with seasons or episodes 1 and 2 of season 8, even though nothing really happened and they were really boring. I didn't have a real problem with them. But again, going back to episode 3, that's where everything fell apart. And like I talked about in my video that I uploaded today here on Geeks and Gamers, it's this subversion of expectations nonsense. This is not about subverting of expectations. The Night King was not subverting your expectations. The Night King was them not knowing how to end something that they had developed. They wrote themselves in a corner, and they had to just do something to get themselves out of the corner. So that's exactly what they did. But when you subvert expectations like The Empire Strikes Back or The Sixth Sense or Fight Club, all of those moments, they enhance your entire experience when you rewatch the movie. It gives it a different dynamic, a different perspective, and you watch it through a different lens. When you go back after the Night King gets killed, you can rewatch Game of Thrones. It doesn't change your viewing experience. You don't watch this series, or at least in a positive sense, you don't watch this series from a different perspective going, oh, now I know what the Night King storyline is. This is going to make so many more layers upon storytelling when I go rewatch this. That's not what happens. It's just a lazy way to get rid of something that you've been developing since literally the very first scene in the very first episode in the first season of Game of Thrones. And so that's not a subversion of expectations. It's just bad writing. We are now 646 signatures away from 1 million. We are moving at a pretty fast pace now. Now, here's my question. Once this thing hits 1 million, and we know that we're going to have the finale tomorrow, which is going to be a colossal disaster of epic proportions. How is this petition going to go to 2 million? I don't know. I don't really follow petitions, so I can't really tell you. Like what's a big number for a petition? I mean, I would have to imagine from an entertainment perspective, I would have to imagine this is the biggest petition ever in the history of entertainment. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe this is nothing compared to some entertainment petitions, but I've seen entertainment petitions. Some of them are stupid. And again, this is not like we're going to actually get this thing remade, but at least I don't think. But I've never seen a petition from an entertainment perspective get this type of traction and this type of notoriety and everything like that. We are at 554 more signatures to reach 1 million. And we are talking about it. It's not a live video, but we are doing a live reaction, real time, I guess, reaction to this because I think that this is a cool moment. I think this is a cool moment for fans to show that their voices do matter, and that we can come together as a collective unit and show our displeasure in our media. We put money into this. We put time into this. We do a lot of advertising on our personal channels, our social media, our blogs, our websites, or whatever. You know, as a person that owns a website myself, geeksandgamers.com, I don't consider myself a journalist. I consider myself a person that's a fan that created a community so that people could talk about things we like, dislike, have debates, have open discussions about it. And I feel that we have the right to express ourselves in whatever manner we want, as long as we're not talking about physical acts of violence and doxing people and things like that. I don't think that's necessary. But we are below 500 now. We are below 500. I got to time this right. I really want to see this thing cross 1 million. But I don't know if I can pull this off. So we're going to see if we can pull this off live and in living color. Let me see. I'm going to keep, because I need to get a gauge of how quickly this thing is updating. So now, so we just jumped, you know, like 40 or 30. So if I hit it again, I went from 560 to, all right, so 555. So that was still kind of running. So I have to let it run, it looks like, all the way up. Maybe. I don't know. I think, like I said, when it gets to 999, 965, maybe 70 is when I'm just going to try to refresh. And maybe we can watch it cross that mark all together at one time. Why? Because this is fun. And there's so many people that are watching my channel now, and they're like, why do you keep talking about Game of Thrones? Because people want me to talk about Game of Thrones. So I'm going to continue to talk about what the people want to hear. And if that hurts your feelings, then you have a whole different set of problems that you need to address, and I can't help you with that. I am not the feelings doctor. And I don't really care if you're offended by something on the internet. That's a problem that you need to deal with yourself. Sorry if you think the internet is an innocent utopia full of flowers and bunny rabbits, but that's not how reality works. So go ahead, get your soy latte, get your ankle choker jeans, get your glasses with no lenses, and go protest something in the streets. But stop crying to me about whatever it is you're offended by on the internet. Clickbait hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings. So we are, it says 299 more signatures now. We are heading there. We're going to make it. We are in the end game now. We are going to make this happen. Holy crap, man. Refresh. Oh, man. Got to keep an eye on it. We're getting really close now. This is going to take some strategy, some MacGyver-like strategy from me. Some Batman-esque strategizing from yours truly with the refresh button. All right. So I want to let it run. So 718. So now we are less than 300 now. Oh my God. This is awesome. This is awesome. I gotta say, I'm having a lot of fun. $7.59. We're about to be under 200. About to be under 200. And it's already registering, even though that says 1,000. Anyway. We are close, ladies and gentlemen. We are close. Ah, dang, this thing's moving fast now. 815. Less than 200. Oh, man. What the hell is going on here? What the hell? 825, is it going to get stuck on 825? No. 826, 827, 828, 29, 30, 31. All right, are you stuck on 34? All right, screw it. I'm going to keep refreshing. This thing's moving fast, man. People are really signing this thing. People are signing this thing at an alarming rate. Benioff and Weiss sitting there like, what the hell, man? What the hell is going on here? 890. We're about to drop below 100 in the real-time count right here. Obviously, we are already over the 1 million mark officially, but the real-time counter here is what we're wanting to pay attention to. And we want to see if we can at least... I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it cross 1 million, but we'll see. I don't know how this petition site works, but... officially now, 100. Lower than 100 now. Screw it. I'm... Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm gonna refresh again. Son of a bitch, come on! Come on, you mother... Try not to cuss too much here. Alright, I'm gonna leave... Should I leave it at 43? I feel like I'm gonna refresh it and it's just gonna hit. Okay, I'm leaving it right there. I'm leaving it at 80. Boom, here we go. Here we go. 10 9 8 7 6 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. Boom! We did it! We did it! We did it! Round of applause for everybody if you're watching. We did it. We watched it happen live. This is a great moment in the history of Geeks and Gamers YouTube channel. Great moment for Game of Thrones. I'm going to go ahead and end this mofo so I can get this thing edited really quick and uploaded. I appreciate you guys spending time with me watching this countdown happen in real time. I will probably make another Game of Thrones video. I think I'm going to try to make another one. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.